We're back with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop, and the topic today is illegal dumping.
Okay.
All right. Some of us have observed, and I will say I personally have also observed driving around that folks will sometimes leave things like a couch or a mattress with a free sign on it, right? And sometimes it will stay there for a long time, longer than you would think it should in the rain and all of those things. So what are the rules about that, and what should people do if they see that?
All right. So this is all covered under Edmonds Municipal Code,
Okay.
and it's under litter control.
All right.
Okay. And that's section 6.40. So if you want to look it up, Edmonds Municipal Code 6.40. It's all litter based. Okay. And one of the sections says pretty clearly that it's a civil fine for illegal dumping. It's not an arrestable offense. And it breaks it down into two categories. And this is less than 1 cubic foot. So we're talking about a small amount. So that's throwing stuff on the sidewalk or at your car window, that sort of thing. And then anything larger than 1 cubic foot. And these are the ones that essentially generate most of our calls specifically related to dumping, because it's somebody that decided they didn't want to go to the dump and pay the dump fee, and they had 12 black garbage bags, and it gets dumped on the side of the road or on somebody's property, private property, you know, if you're behind a business, that sort of thing. So those, so less than a cubic foot is a $50 fine, and it's $250 plus a cleanup fee of $25 for like each cubic foot. So that can add up pretty quick.
Can add up.
Yeah, correct. These are generally handled by our animal control unit. And if they're not available, then patrol will go out and take the call. We will take pictures. I've handled several of these. If we get the massive amount of black bags dumped, we will look through them. And it's surprising what you find. Sometimes you're able to...
Bank statements.
Yeah, sometimes you're able to knock on someone's door and say, hey, we found your mail. And they're like, oh, wow, thank you. Yeah, but we found it in all the bags that you dumped. Yeah, then we have that discussion. Okay. Usually, they're more than happy when we knock on the door to say, would you like me to go pick all that up? Yeah, I would really like you to go pick that up and take it where it needs to be. And, oh, by the way, here's your ticket. So what's interesting to note is refrigerators have their own separate state law related to dumping of them.
Now that's a fascinating
Yes. So
topic.
if you want to look this up, because I know people like to fact check this stuff. So this is covered under RCW 9.03.010. And it's like 020 and 30. There's some interesting ones. But if you dump one without removing the door in a place where children have access and the refrigerator is of a certain size, it's actually a misdemeanor offense.
Okay. So that was probably passed because kids were getting trapped in refrigerators?
Yep. So that could be a dangerous situation. And with new refrigerators, I mean, if you remember the old school refrigerators where you'd had the pull handle and they would lock.
Yeah.
I don't know that you necessarily have as many locking refrigerators anymore. And that RCW, when I looked at it, has been on the books for quite a while.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's one of those things that just hasn't gotten updated, but still on the books. Kind of interesting when I came across that one and looking at additional illegal dumping type stuff.
Okay. So if you see something like that, whether it's garbage bags or a piece of furniture or something like that in your neighborhood that's been there for a while, call the non-emergency number.
Yep, correct.
And then somebody will come out and take a look at it. And then who removes that stuff if you can't find the owner?
Well, so it depends on where it is.
Okay.
So if it's private property, obviously, that's going to fall.
It's your responsibility.
Yeah, correct. I mean, we'll investigate it because it's still criminal activity occurring within the city.
Yeah.
It's an illegal dumping complaint, even if it's on, the back part of your business or whatever. But if it's on your property, you're responsible for it. If it's public property, then we get a hold of our public works and they come out and clean it up. So, or depending on what it is, we'll do it and have public works come out and pick it up, or we'll just go throw it. If it's one bag, we may throw it in the back of the patrol car and dump it in a dumpster. So it kind of depends. We did this recently because one of your viewers submitted something about a possible dumping site and campground.
Yeah.
down off State Route 104. So we sent officers out right away, and it was obviously abandoned and kind of a big mess, and there were trash bags and stuff. So we just took care of it and cleaned it all up.
Okay, good. Well,
Yeah.
there is always, what is it, 1-800-JUNK?
Yeah.
Something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, right. Or just take it to the dump. There's one in Mount Lake
Right.
Terrace. So
Yeah, there is. And the other thing is there's so many different ways. There's often, shredding events, recycling events, and we publicize those a
Yep.
lot. So there are lots of ways to get rid of your junk without leaving it on the street. Just saying. Thank
Yeah.
you very much. Okay.
Yep.
All right. We'll be back soon with another episode of Ask the Edmonds Cop.